while back, I broke down the 3 different levels of video editing: basic cuts, layering effects, and also high impact editing. But the more that I thought about it, there's actually a whole another level that I didn't touch on. So in this video, I'm expanding on that. I'm going to show real examples of what these editing styles actually look like and hopefully give you some inspiration for your next video. And my hope is to give you some inspiration and to show you what's possible. And while you're watching, go ahead and comment your favorite creator's editing style down below. So the first level is level 1, and this is basically where you're using just clean cuts. At this rate, you're just removing the ums, the ahs, the long awkward pauses. And basically what we're going for here is we're going for a very clean cut. So think of simple talking head videos where the person is just trying to get their message across. You usually see this type of edit for educational videos and also podcasts. And also sometimes vlogs also fall into this category. And some people may even start to throw in either like some sort of graphic and B-roll over top of their videos, but it's not a ton. So if I were to rate it on a difficulty level, I'd give it 1 out of 5. It's easy to learn, but it takes practice to do well. 2 of my favorite creators that I watch who have this style is Bria Jones and also Danco. Also keep in mind, these creators' videos, they are like 30 minutes going on 40, sometimes an hour, and I will sit there and watch the whole way through. Okay, so now let's take a look. Okay, so this creator, her name is Bria Jones. I believe she recently just switched her channel to a podcast channel, but notice how she's just sort of, on the couch, and she has her podcast microphone and she's just talking to the camera.
Solo episode. Did you miss me? Yeah. Guys, I'm starting to feel so much more like myself. I really think I'm getting my personality back. Yeah. No, actually, I have been in the trenches for about 8 weeks straight, so it feels good to get on the mic and feel excited about it and also just not feel like I'm gonna throw up. But actually, like, I'm not trying to...
Okay, so she actually has sort of like a 2-camera setup, but as you can see, there's nothing going on in the video. It's just her talking, and it's just essentially like zoom in and zoom out. Now this is Dan Coe, and his videos are also like sit down videos, and he just talks to the camera. He also throws a few slides in there, but they're simple, like black background and then white text on the screen. Now of course he uses the same font for every single video, and then he also might like add some B-roll in there as well.
Start to gain clarity on what you should do. You start to notice more in conversations, in books, on social media, etc. Your life starts to take shape, because it's like, if I am having money problems and I can't pay the bills,
You can go to sort of like his transition slides, or his B-roll slides.
Bigger picture on what's going on, and then you launch into the next phase, which is intensity. Intensity is the climax of the story, the main battle, the most interesting and fulfilling part of your life. The 3 to 6 months go by in a blur, pure flow state, completely focused on actualizing one meaningful goal. In fitness, this is when you're disciplined with your diet and training. It's all you think about. In relationships, it's...
So yeah, it's him. There's a few sort of like text screens, and then also he'll have some black and white B-roll in here as well, which is not really a lot of, but it's in... Okay, so here it is.
Lived it. I think it's just stupid, and I think limiting yourself and actually creating boundaries is what allows for more creative solutions and more progress.
So the next level is level 2, and this is where we start adding layered editing, and this is where people tend to get really creative. This is where we start to see people start adding B-roll, customized text, background music, text slides, lower thirds, all the good stuff. Now again, a lot of educational creators and also business creators create this type of style video. And also keep in mind, there is not one way to do this, and people can really get creative with these types of styles, and I'm actually going to show you a few examples now. So difficulty level, about a 2 to like 3 out of 5. So like, it's a bit more effort, might take you a few more hours to finish this edit, depending on how fast you are. Some of my favorite creators on YouTube that use this type of style who gets really creative with it is Ali Abdul, Daya, and Nisha. And I'm going to show you what their videos look like in a second. Okay, so now we are on level 2, and here is Nisha, and she also does talking head videos, but her videos are a little bit more advanced. So, and I actually have a tutorial coming up that shows you exactly how to create the type of graphics that she puts in her videos. But let me show you sort of like what it looks like.
Who share similar goals and challenges. And the reason why mine is loss-making at the moment is because I've invested in a community manager who handles the onboarding and all the day-to-day operations, including the weekly challenges, the monthly updates, a personal finance expert who answers all the questions that come in within 48 hours. I pay for the system and the platforms where all of this is hosted, and I pay for the monthly coaching calls with industry experts. And the reason why I've got industry experts in is because I recently paid $200, or the
Okay, so next video, Ali Abdul.
Apply the stuff into your own work and your own life. Use case number 1, how I use AI to augment my writing every day. All right, so there's a couple of AI tools that I string together whenever I need to write anything. So in my case, I need to write my email newsletter, I need to write internal memos for the team. All of my YouTube videos are downstream of writing. All of our social media posts are downstream of writing. Now, broadly, I have a 3-step process for writing anything. Step 1 is that I speak into an app called VoicePal that I have built with my team. Secondly, the stuff from VoicePal then goes into either ChatGPT or Claude by Anthropic. And then phase 3 is that it usually goes from ChatGPT or Claude straight into Notion, where I make any final edits that I need to do before the thing is able to be sent. So today I need to write my email newsletter, and this is...
So as you can see, definitely a quicker pace. You know, he has some text in there, he has graphics, and then he has this sort of like share screen mock-up right here on the screen. Now we have Dan's videos. Now I would say this is more towards 2.53 level editing, just because I feel like it requires a very specific vision and a kind of like a ton of creativity. I feel like she really thought out of the box, and her videos look super creative. But yeah, let's look at it.
One services. Number 1 is our tried and true bread and butter of basically every freelancer hourly. Honestly, I only recommend hourly if you and your client have no idea how long something will take you to do. Why? Because hourly means directly attaching your time to money. Plus, it kind of penalizes you for being more efficient, because once you start perfecting a process as a freelancer, it'll take you less time to do it and will force you to bill fewer hours, which is the least fun idea ever. So once...
Okay, so it's kind of like a presentation, but it's like really creative, and then she has them coming on one by one, and then she also has sort of like the sound effects that's popping up as well with it. Okay, so now we're on to level 3, high impact editing. Now this is where it gets to be a little bit more complicated. The edit starts speeding up, they're very fast, and there's a lot going on. At this point, you're getting some custom animations, you're getting special effects like fire and snow and all types of different stuff like that. And again, the cuts is really fast to keep the audience engaged. A lot of people like to call this type of style of editing retention editing. So for this style, I want you to think of creators like Mr. Beast and also Media Man Gates. Now these people, their videos are just not edited, they feel like a whole production. The sound effects, the motion is all designed to keep your attention. And it's probably why Mr. Beast now has his show on Amazon. Okay, now we're going to take a look at a few of the examples. This is Magnets Media. I'm probably saying that wrong, hopefully not. But this video, there is no talking head in this video, and it's basically made out of all videos, graphics, and animations.
Great start.
If you look at the world's most valuable companies, you won't be surprised to find the likes of Apple, Microsoft, and Google. But one name does stand out: Tencent. The company is worth more than the likes of Facebook, MasterCard, and Samsung. And yet, if you ask the majority of people what Tencent does, you'd be met with a confused look. The truth...
So yeah, their videos definitely made with After Effects. I don't even want to think about how long it takes to make them. Probably have multiple people that work on one video. So yeah, this is definitely level 3 type editing. And then we're gonna go to another one. And then we have Mr. Beast, and I'm about to show you this video now.
Timer. And when it hits 0, that room all the way over there full of money will explode. And the only man that can stop it It's this man in this straitjacket. This video is completely real time. You'll notice it's exactly 10 minutes long. There are no cuts. You see everything. And if Darcy does not escape his jacket and get through all 5 floors of this tower and press that button before the timer hits 0, his money explodes.
So yeah, definitely high intensity editing for this one. So the difficulty to do this and to do it well is about a 4 out of 5. It takes time and it also takes skill, and you're also going to have to get really good at storytelling. I would say a lot of entertainment channels use this type of editing. And finally, we have our 4th editing style, and that is animations and motion design. I would say you see a lot of faceless channels doing this. Sometimes some business creators, they will also use this type of animation style videos to do like how-to videos or explainer videos. So I would say this is probably the most advanced level because you're not just editing anymore, you're creating it from scratch, and a lot of graphic design is involved in this type of editing. So you're creating 2D and 3D designs, 2D and 3D graphics, motion graphics, visual effects, and stuff like that. Now, 2 channels that I've found that have this type of style editing is Brody Animates and Domix. Now, there are actually specific type of video editors that you can get that will help speed this process along, but for the most part, I want to say people, they do them from scratch. So, difficulty, 5 out of 5 stars. Unless you're using a video editor that already has these characters in there. And yeah, this takes years to master and do it well. This is Domix channel. So faceless channel, and all of the videos are like this.
Egg fried rice. Yep. Okay, careful, it's a little hot. Oh, no problem. There you go, and enjoy your meal. Thanks.
So yeah, and I wanted to show you one more, and this is Brody Animates.
Cheers. Those 2 over there. I only see 1. Wait, what?
Hey, hey! Don't you do it! Don't you dare do it!
Please, please, I'm begging you.
So comment down below, what level are you at and what level do you want to try? And if you're trying to get better at video editing, definitely subscribe because I have a bunch of tutorials coming out this month.